Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year, every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. No days off, no vacations. We're in this together, and we're in for the long haul. And thank you, because some of you are here too. Thank you. We have epic troll slayers. We have got a fantastic community. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box because all the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. The live stream is scheduled for noon, but I can be as late as 12:15. It depends on, because Sarah helps me most days, not all, with questions, but generally it's just me. All the graphics, questions, research, all kind of astrology, everything. So I just want to let you know about that. And oh, by the way, the way I grew up, there's the idea of morality, the idea of what's right, what's wrong. When I was growing up, there was one thing that nobody argued about, one thing that was true. And the only people who didn't agree were shunned and scumbags. And that rule is, we hate Nazis. One rule. Very simple. We despise Nazis and everything they stand for. Period. There's no if, there's no kind of, no. One rule. I made this 8.5 years ago. And I still mean it. No fascism in America, ever. Period. End of. And I did it because of these morons. And yes, I added the little pumpkin cupcake candles to go with their tiki torches. Yeah, I put this together. So I thought they just should, if they were down at the home goods store, they should probably get the whole effect. These little pumpkin cupcakes. Manly men. Give me a break. Also, I put this together. You can read that at your leisure. Yeah, we don't do this. The first time I was old enough to vote, I was in Louisiana, and there was a governor's race going on. And there was, I voted for governor, and then there was a runoff between the two candidates I didn't vote for. And one of them was just a really corrupt guy. The other one was David Duke. And I am, for as long as I live, I will be proud to say I voted against David Duke twice. And I'd do it all day long. And I know a lot of you would too. We're not doing this. So, I just want to make that perfectly clear on this channel. There's no gray area. There's no, well, maybe. There's no maybe. No Nazis. Period. Anyway. Okay. And one of the reasons I'm telling you that is we are going to start with a picture. We're going to start with a picture. And this, we take this one down. Oh, poor Alfie. Alfie, sweetheart. Sorry, Alfie's crying downstairs. We're going to start with the picture. And this picture, this is a picture of Border Patrol official Gregory Bovino. Decided, he has said, this is his new, share screen, this is his new uniform. No. Dude, Hugo Boss is dead. No. You look like an idiot. Seek help. And that's the thing I've been saying for a long time. You seek help. That's they want to say the other Nazi thing with their hand up, that this is the seek help. That's what I have to say to him. New uniform, is this real? Star says, well, he says it is. He says this is his new uniform. And it isn't even just the greatcoat. A lot of people have worn greatcoats, but look at the shirt. Look at the tie. Look at the cuffs. And then you can compare it to right over there. Yes, the Nazis were dressed by Hugo Boss. They were evil incarnate, but they were snappy dressers. Okay. Mayor says he's 5'2". Is he? Kay says, where did they get one small enough? I bet he wears a petite. There we go. Oh, apparently, yeah, so he really is. Rob says, I'm Claude. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Claude. Yeah. Okay. So, no, we're not. No, you can take a flying leap. So today's overlay is this. The are you kidding me? Cats. Melissa says Bovine has a big coat because he put on a regular man's coat. He usually buys clothes in the preteen section. Okay. Lisa says, aw. Yeah. Lisa says, not 6'2" and 200 pounds. I love this expression. That was my expression this morning. Oh, gosh. So apparently German media is losing their minds, understandably. There's nothing, by the way, there's nothing wrong with being 5'2". Oh, please don't think that I was saying anything remotely like that. I don't care. It doesn't matter how tall you are. What matters is if you're a good person or not. You can be 6'4", you can be 4'11", but if you're not a nice person, if you're not a good person, then you're ugly because you're ugly inside, and that's all that matters. Anyway, and plus, you know that a lot of these jerks, they get it all up in their heads that they have to be some kind of Captain America sized. And I don't mean like the movie. Have you seen the original Captain America comic books? Steve Rogers doesn't just have like pectoral muscles. It's like the bow of a ship, or at minimum a huge shelf. Joy 70 says the only thing missing is the crooked cross. Yes. I was 5'4". I haven't been measured in a long time. I'm probably 5'3" now, but all right. You blankety blank. Okay. What I am getting here is this is not going to catch on. I am. This is not going to be okay. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, they want to do a whole lot of nastiness, but no. See, here's the thing. We've seen this movie. We've seen this. We know what happens. Yeah. Karen says, I'm 5'1", but I walk softly and carry an ace of wands. That is awesome. That was awesome. Thank you. He's 100 feet tall. And a page and pathetic. Strength. We have actual strength. It's very shaky ground because the fish rots from the head. The fish has rotted from the head. But we're not doing this. And from the cards, it's very clear. Whoops. We're not doing this. This is pathetic. There's no major arcana here. Get stuffed. Yeah, we're not doing this. One roll. Cat Toy says 5'2" with the Ace of Swords. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry. It's over. Okay. So is Gregory Bovino by the way, he says his distinctive greatcoat and grooming during immigration raids, he says it's not fascist aesthetics or Nazi aesthetic. No. A claim he denies, calling the outrage manufactured and saying the coat was standard issue. I don't care what lies come out of your mouth. We can see. There's no gray area here. None. Is this administration finally dropping the facade and going full Yahtzee? It says here. I've been saying the actual word because I'm mad. We are not the only people who are looking at this saying no. Yeah, we're going to read on what's been going on in Minneapolis, what's happening. Yeah. Going after people who have legal asylum, going against court orders. They end up on the defensive. But what about Bovino himself? Gregory Bovino. Old Silver says the more afraid they are, the more extreme they will be. Yeah, because we're not putting up with this. Oh, by the way, because life goes on, at some point here, you will have to excuse me for just a minute because I scrubbed my bathtub earlier today and got my little countertop dishwasher going, and I got my bread maker going. But at some point, my bread maker is going to beep, and I've got to run in there and pull the paddle out of the bottom. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rip part of the bread apart, the loaf apart, to get the paddle out later. And life goes on. We're going to have. This is clear. This is perfectly clear. This whole situation, what is right, what is wrong, and this is life. Lewis says, "You do you." Thank you. Pam says, "You've been busy." Thank you. I am tired. Okay. Yum. What kind of bread? It's a mixture of whole wheat and white. So, and I've never made a loaf this big in the machine. It's a full 2-pound loaf. So let's see. Bovino. You got a wheel of fortune in the middle for him. So he's being protected by Pam Bondi. and their ilk. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. King of Swords. Yeah, he thinks he's all that. Wheel of Fortune. Chariot. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to be very much out in the open. So basically, Republicans never want to be voted into office again. So that's what you're going for here. Okay. Aha! Do you hear that? I will be back. Hang on. Let me do something fun. Well, as fun as I can make it. So do this. Okay, do that. Take this down. It's not going to take me that long, but got that on. And
billionaires waltzing with old Jim Crow,
I'll be right back.
each of us back to living days of old. But the band keeps playing, I told you so. We won't dance for your money and the devil no more. Don't dance with the devil and the capital grip, where halos get palmed and the floorboard shift. He'll sell you your pain as a patriotic gift. Don't dance with the devil and the capital grip. Filibuster shuffle and a shutdown swing. Got a spray tan king holding puppet strings. Got grown men groveling to kiss his ring, like a conscience took a powder like a 10-year fling. Got spin so slick it could grease the floor. Got Lady Justice's dress at the pawn shop door. No matter if they're hearing those cool cats roar outside, singing high while the ice turns cold. They're rocking that cradle for the predator's sin, kicking out the hungry children who can't pay the bill. Don't dance with the devil. 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 Don't dance with the devil and the capital grift, where halos get palmed and the floorboard shift. He'll sell you your pain as a patriotic gift. Don't dance with the devil and the capital grift. Can't find the key while the boss man stomps on empathy. They're tapping their toes to a mean refrain, 'cause the hurt's the hook and the hate's to blame. Don't dance with the devil. 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 Don't dance with the devil and the capital grip, where halos get palmed and the floorboard shift. He'll sell you your pain as a patriotic gift. Don't dance with the devil and the capital grip.
Okay, and back to our regularly scheduled reading. Yeah, we're not putting up with this. You're going after your children. You're doing the worst of the worst. This is appalling. But we are pulling together. I have got to think that there are Republicans in Congress who are losing their minds right now, because they know what this is going to mean. Not only is it just wrong and awful and should be stopped, but they have to know it's impractical. I mean, even if they're Jean Hall, whose song is this? I wrote it. So yeah, I didn't sing it, but I wrote it, so I can use it. All right, I've written a number of political, I call them songs of Democrats. We're standing together, and this is not going to work. Now, Julia says, then why don't they do something? Thank you, Julie. Well, yeah, I believe me, I have the same question. Okay, so that was what, at 3 minutes in, I think it was. All right, so at 20 minutes, 2035. Okay, so my understanding, and thank you, Marie. My understanding is that, sorry, okay, ideas in the flow. Thank you so much. This is waking up the middle part of the country. If it was happening on the coast, it wouldn't have as big an effect. That's a good point. That's a good point. So, thank you. And okay, as far as the songs go, the videos they're all separate videos on this channel, and I believe there's a playlist. There's a playlist, isn't there? Anyway, 20. Sorry, make this 20, 21, 35. Okay, sorry. It's AI. It's AI. So, all right, this unaliving, all of multiple in between ICE and bystanders. My understanding is the local police came, and ICE tried to tell them, you have no jurisdiction here. This is none of your business. And my understanding is the Minneapolis police said, that's cute. This is a crime scene, and we are cordoning it off, and we are investigating. So will these murderers be held accountable? I have not heard the Viking song yet, Jean. I'll have to look for that. Thank you. Yeah, the 7 Democrats who voted with Republicans to fund ICE. How fast can we replace you? Oh my gosh, the cards. Card for the reading. DEATH right there. Because of the emperor, would-be emperor, and the Republicans who have gone along with him. But again, we are pulling together one, our Democrats, one for all for one. Yeah. Chaos and evil. Yeah, we're not going to sit by quietly. We're not going to say whatever. Sure, we'll just ignore it. No. It will not get better unless we stand up peacefully. And I'm serious about that. If it was good enough for Martin Luther King Jr., it's good enough for us. Okay? Peaceful. But yeah, we're not going to be quiet. Nope. No. So, no, it isn't a specific woman's voice. It's not. So, let's talk about the DOJ, because I did a little research. So at 24:30, Lori, thank you so much. Thanks for showing up every day for us. You're appreciated and loved. Lori, that makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. DOJ held accountable. make this 25. Okay, so I did some research and let me pull this up. All right. If the DOJ, I'm going to read what I've found. If the DOJ declines to investigate or prosecute government employees who are they're just murderers, they've just gone completely off the rails. There are a couple, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 options. They're not great. But number 1 is state prosecution. Federal officers, they're not immune from state prosecution. But basically the FBI and the government could try to limit access to evidence. Okay, there's civil litigation. The lawyer for the family for Renee Good said he issued a demand for federal officials last week to preserve evidence. But civil suits don't require DOJ cooperation. Federal court injunctions. We're going to get to this probably next. U.S. District Judge Catherine Menendez issued a preliminary injunction barring agents from using pepper spray, arresting, detaining, or retaliating against persons who are engaging in peaceful and unobstructive protest activity. They're blowing off the courts. They're just blowing off the courts. Number 4 would be congressional oversight. Congress controls funding, but remains controlled by Republicans, the slime bags, who have shown little appetite for contradicting Trump. And there's the idea of internal pressure. At least 4 senior leaders of the division that investigates police killings have resigned in protest over the handling of one of the recent fatal shootings. In Minnesota, 6 other federal prosecutors have left their posts. This creates institutional damage, but doesn't directly produce accountability. The core problem is that when the federal government controls the investigation and declines to act, options narrow considerably. So, but things like this, if the local police have cordoned things off and said, this is a crime scene, get stuffed, and witnesses who recorded the whole thing are going to the local police and saying, take it. Here, I have evidence. Which they would. This ends up being really bad for President Dumpster Fire. No, I hadn't even gotten that far yet. No, this is bad for him. Good. Unbelievable. Julie says, can local police arrest ICE if they try to interfere with the work? I don't know, actually. I would think so. Impeding a police investigation, but I don't know. So, DOJ. No, I don't care about the DOJ. We know what the DOJ is going to do. No, the question is, will these people end up in prison? Because it feels like prison. It really does. It feels like prison for a long, long time. Honestly, it does. Well, these murderers, Mm. It's going to take a while, but yeah, I wouldn't underestimate the state. I on this one, because I've again death card, Hermit, Ace of Wands. We have it on film. We have this stuff on film. It's right there. We have witnesses. It's right there. And what their arguments are weak. Because you can try to pretend this, well, but federal officers, blah, blah, blah. No, murder is murder is murder. And I don't care who you are. And dumpster fire can say only once you could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue. Murder is murder is murder. Arseneff says they're starting to arrest witnesses too. You're going to really just make a lot of people angry. You're going to get a lot of protesters who are just digging their heels in. Yeah, it's getting to a point when people are starting to die in the streets with just straight out murder by officers. You don't get a populace that says, oh, no, not anymore. We have it on video. At least I can't repeat it, but Department of Jack, yeah. Okay, what I'm getting is the short-term problem is how to get ICE out of Minnesota. That's the big problem. Because they're on shaky ground legally, and yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Well, you vote in this scumbag into the presidency, and what did you think was going to happen? Page of Pentacles. Absolute chaos and racism on display. Chaos, racism, cruelty. What did you expect? We told you. We told you this would happen. And you ignored us. But hold on to hope. Seriously. Because ultimately, these people are weak. And I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, and I'm not saying it's going to be just absolutely exactly the way it should be, but I really am getting a feeling of some people, some men in prison for the rest of their lives for murder, for doing this. That's what I'm getting. Sharon says Homeland has instructed FEMA to use the term freezing rain instead of ice for the dangerous slidey stuff. Too scared of trolls using memes in retaliation to ice. Really? On a lighter note, because we need some of those, I was watching some social media of people going through the names of gritters, snow shovel, snowplows, basically, the big ones, because they get silly names. And my favorite, though, was apparently in the UK. They call them gritters over there, but they're in the UK. Some of them are, play on words and puns and silly stuff. But one of them, there were a handful that got James Bond themed names. And my very, very favorite was On Her Majesty's Slippery Surface. Loved that. Yeah, this is heartbreaking. This is institution, heartbreak. Hey, Republicans, come get your boy. Strength, Emperor. This is us. And this energy feels very clean. You cannot occupy a country of 340 million people. You can't. You can't. And I've been trying to tell people for a long time now. The astrology that is coming up this year, next year, the year after, it is massive energy. The good news is it isn't as tense. It isn't as the outer planets. It isn't as tense as it was during some of the previous times that Neptune was in Aries, Uranus was in Gemini, which is coming up, all of this kind of stuff. Pluto in Aquarius, because when a lot of those things happened in the past, we had things like the French Revolution going on, not the French, the American Revolution going on, and then the French Revolution. We had things like Civil War, the Civil War and World War II, but this time all the four outer planets are aspecting each other, which is crazy banana pants. But at least they are trining and sextiling each other, which is a energy that you can work with. It isn't as destructive, but this hasn't happened before. This just has not happened in human history. What's happening astrologically right now. And it's just a massive amount of energy, which means things like this are going to get uncovered. The rot is going to rise, so we can deal with it and get rid of it. But this is not 1930s Germany. It's just not. It just isn't. I'm not just, blowing hopium. It's just not. Raymond, what do you mean the vets are here now? This is going to hurt Trump. All right. But the heavens, what's going on astrologically? Yeah. Justice, hanged man. Oh, there'll be some accountability there. Democrats, standing up. The would-be emperor on very shaky ground. All right. So I'm not getting all bad. I'm not getting, nothing will happen. No, I'm getting something will happen. All right. And Melissa says, hopium me need. Visual 70s, I'm wondering if one of those road salting lorries is named after a John Wayne movie, i.e. True Gritter. That's good. See, we need to keep our sense of humor, because this is what we do. We Americans are notoriously have a nice day, and we're not giving that up for these jerks. All right, so related, 40 minutes in, Attorney General Pam Bondi was reportedly enraged. Oh, wait, let me get my tea. Attorney General Pam Bondi was reportedly enraged after a federal judge rejected criminal charges for journalist Don Lemon. All together now. Oh. Will more judges continue to stand up to her? Oh, wow. Squeals. They're voting on names in New Mexico. I personally like down with the slickness. I love that. Sharon. Oh. Raven says the veterans have showed up and taken control of the protest front lines. Oh, okay. Lewis says they tried to squeeze Lemon, but they were sour. He makes fun of his own name too. Like he sees the humor in his own name too. So, all right. So judges, hey, hi. You gonna stand up to this? These would-be vile, corrupt. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still getting that tower. I'm getting big time. I'm getting major arcana cards today. Sun, Devil. It's right there. Trump's legacy. Democratic rise of democracy, or in democratic norms and decency. There's the world. You done. Yep, this is I got major arcana going on here. Oh, all right. Voting matters. Voting has consequences. Voting matters. Anyway, Taurus says, wow, in the cards. I know, right? Hello, Aurora. Natalie had a question. I can look at it briefly, but it kind of goes along with what's been happening. And because Natalie is saying in Maine, an ICE officer took a photo of a car plate and told the woman, a license plate, and told the woman who was filming it that now she would be on a list of domestic terrorism. Is this now a thing? Oh, we'll try. They'll try all kinds of stuff. Natalie says, yes, the vet is controlling the protesters. Ooh, okay. Yeah. People who were deployed repeatedly to Afghanistan, they're not going to have a whole lot of patience. They're not going to be, let's just say they're not going to be super intimidated by Dean Cain. Just saying. They're okay. For the people standing up, yeah, they're going to try to cause a burden, but it's just this does not bode well for them. But are they going to continue trying to be bullies? Yeah, absolutely. They will continue trying to be bullies, and that's why we have to peacefully protest and we have to film everything. And if because the DOJ cannot stop people from handing over recordings. So, lucid pause. Oh, PAWZ. I lit my candle. Time for a little positive mojo. Yes. Yes. Oh, wait. Oh. Just a moment with the cuteness. It's a Bailey Boo, the Boo Boo, and that is a leaf-shaped cover over a heating pad. And he's so happy. Yes, he is. Sometimes I look over at him, and he's so happy. It's like he's drunk on heat. He's just leaning up against it, like, oh. It's a boo boo, yes. All right. Oh, where was that? A cat mom says I might still be in my PJs, but I'm wearing anti-fascist. Yes, we are definitely anti-fascist around here. Okie doke. Hang on. One second. Okay, I've only got so much time left, and I want to make sure I get to some other things as well. Okay, there is a question here. I don't know what to tell you. 4635. New York Times has confirmed that Dr. Kirk Milhoan, chair of the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. Can you guess where this is going? Just take a wild guess where this is going. Said vaccines for diseases like polio and measles should be optional. Did I tell you my mom bought me this mug? It has these cute kitties. These little cute kitties. And right here it says, I love you very much. Oh. Anyway, so Dr. Kirk Milhoan even acknowledges some children may die or be disabled as a result, arguing that autonomy outweighs public health risks. These children are old enough to express their autonomy. What will ultimately happen? Oh, thank you. Please vote. Please vote. Melissa says optional. Okay, I choose to not have polio or scarlet fever or smallpox or tuberculosis. There we go. We're not even at the Uranus return for the US. That doesn't happen until 2027. But we are going to get through this. We're going to get through this. Look, the card for the reading is disease. That is the card of disease. Tower, losing our group immunity, waiting for the ship to come in. Sleepless worry, a lot of pain, and making it clear once again, why did you vote for this man? Why? Oh no, was it a woman of color? Oh no. Dun dun dun. Oh, Ramus is completely breaking down in the streets of Minneapolis. Oh, jeez. I know there was, I don't know. I'm afraid I don't have my notes handy. Let me have a quick look here. All right, hang on. let's just have a quick look at my notes on this whole Minneapolis thingy. Because there is a chart. There are charts for events. Just say, in the case you didn't know, it isn't just people who have astrology charts. Let me make a note here of what time it is. It is 50:30. Minnesota. Okay, I'll make sure I had that there. Hang on. Let me go back where I was. Okay. So it isn't just people who have charts. You can have charts for states. You can have charts for countries. You can have charts for businesses. You can have charts for crimes. It's something that came into being, became a thing at a particular time and place. So, like the shooting of Renee Good, that has a chart. ICE, Federal Immigration Agency, has a chart. March 1st, 2003. Minneapolis has a chart, which is July 10th, 1847. Minnesota has a chart for May 11th, 1858. So, okay. And in my notes here, it says, nothing useful at the moment. All right, I'll have to look more closely and report back. But there is astrological stuff going on right now that is making this happen. But let me. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Yeah, I don't feel like I wish I could go take half an hour and just go through all of my notes. But I will cover the Minnesota astrology tomorrow first thing. And then right now, let me read on at 52:53. Let me just read on Minneapolis. It feels like an overloaded Celtic. So. Amy says the mayor's holding a press conference. Debbie says, shall we pause and meditate, pray for calm and higher vibrations? Absolutely. Do take time throughout the day to just stop and send positive energy there. A cat mom, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your calm sanity with us. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It makes such a difference. Thank you. I don't know that I appreciate it. I don't know that I'm doing anything special though, because I just, there's no gray area on this. It's perfectly clear, but I do have hope for this country. I do. Sorry, Minneapolis. This is supposed to be an overloaded Celtic. Let me focus on this for a second. At 54:30, Minneapolis. What's going on there? What's going to go on there? Minneapolis. See, if I close my eyes, I can flip the cards over as I put them down without getting distracted. Well, we know why this is happening. It started with racism, and that's a key to this. And they're, because they're so awful. See, when we talk about bullies, we need a stronger word than bullies, because somewhere between bullies and murderers, there's bullies who just get such a kick on attacking those who are weaker than they are. And there's a reason we can consider those people scum. At the base of this, Trump's victory of the far right, and going after the weakest people. Hanging above this, Republicans who are complicit, and courts who are not lowering the hammer. Oh, Melissa, thank you so much. Special honor on your own, just being here for us. Thank you. Thank you. Very kind. Home environment. I lived in Minneapolis. I lived in the area, and I worked there. I lived there. I lived in 2 different places. I worked there. You just, yeah, the people are standing up. But the Knight of Cups is not. This isn't the Knight of Swords. This is, oh, we're moving forward, but we're also decent. Republicans should be afraid of the voters. What other people see, they see the higher. This is the card of occult wisdom, and occult just means hidden. So it can often mean higher wisdom or secrets. But in this case, it's what other people see is Minnesota standing up. And the challenge is just keeping us together to stand up against these jerks. In the near future, it does feel like a funding issue, although they've already done what they've done. But there's something about the money. There's a lot of sleepless nights, sorry to say. And okay, this is minor arcana. The outcome here is minor arcana overall. But ice, and they'll just continue to be awful or try to be awful, try to stir things up. But they are going to be sorely surprised when their intimidation doesn't work, when people will not back down, when there is a ton of evidence. And yeah, you can try to tell people or say bad things or intimidate people, but no, this person's about to just walk off because she can. Oh, you're gonna intimidate me? No, look, by the way, I've got you on film. Bye. Oh, you want to arrest me? Okay. You're just making people mad, and that's not how they're trying to intimidate. They're not going to intimidate. They're just making people mad. And when you make people mad like that, at bare minimum, you're just going to get a bunch of people digging their heels in to say, no, I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere. I loved how, was it in Portland? There were protests outside one of the government buildings there, and they called it the Brigade of Dads or something, but basically a bunch of middle-aged guys showed up with leaf blowers. So every time the government, they tried throwing tear gas, the leaf blower people would just blow it back at. Yeah, this isn't 1969 anymore. A lot more cameras, a lot more technology, a lot more gear and stuff that we have. Yes, DMA, we've been talking about that. Well, that and the others. President Dumpster Fire, there he is. And the court's trying to get involved. Dumpster Fire and his ilk and the DOJ trying to say, but they're attacking us. Please. Chris Cole says leaf blowers are a great idea, aren't they? It worked too. Melissa said leaf blowers. Yeah, it really did. It did work. There are videos of it. You can look on YouTube. It's like, it's incoming, da 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 da, and you can hear the machines just go. They're not listening, but at least this is minor arcana. But the ending, you're done, and you're burdened. You're burdened, not us. You. Yeah, this is not going to be okay. The cat mom says, I remember that from 2020. Yeah. Lucid says, blessed be the leaf blowers. And I love they call it wasn't it like the dad brigade or something? The dad something? It was very fun. All right. This is sad. This is sad. And it's infuriating. But we're not going to be quiet, and we're not going to just say, oh, okay. We're not. And there are so many of us. There are so many more of us than them. There just are. Don't lose your humanity. Do not give up. Do not despair. It is sad. It is absolutely sad. But they're not going to win ultimately. So, Lucy says, thank you. I finally quit crying. I'm sorry. Debbie says, how about the term sadists? Well, yeah, they hire sadists. They hired sociopaths. That's kind of the point. But please remember you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. Do take some time to, I've been listening to there's a, on my phone, if I've got the Kindle app open, there's an accessibility thing on my phone where I can have it read to me. And I've been reading, I'm reading that Battle Mage Farmer series. And I've been listening to that as I'm cleaning and cooking and scrubbing the tub and doing all the laundry and, decluttering and all of that. So try to put your energy into a positive way. The news is for only part of the day. It's not for the whole day. All right? And please remember you're not alone. All right? It is 1:22 p.m. here in Chicago. It's going to start snowing again here. It is currently, we're in positive territory. It's up to 4 degrees Fahrenheit. But we're going to get a lot of snow, like 4 to 6 inches, I heard, starting this afternoon. So just keep yourself safe and warm. And at 3 o'clock, you're welcome over on the Creative Sprints channel. And other than that, I'll be right back here tomorrow, every day. We're in this together every day. All right? Hang in there. All right. And good luck out there. Good luck. All right. Take care. I'll see you later, as always.